It's hard to believe that it's already been a year since I started my YouTube channel, Code Stacker. In this video, I want to be open and transparent about everything that has gotten me to where I am now, the good decisions as well as the bad. And I hope that you can take this information and apply it to your circumstances. I believe that no matter what category or niche that you're in, this information can help you to grow your YouTube channel as well. Now, I'm not trying to brag, I just want to provide insight into how I quickly grew my YouTube channel. So I hope that this video helps you in some way, but what worked for me may not necessarily work for you, so adapt these methods to meet your needs. All of these strategies and tricks can also apply to blogs and other social media platforms. So let me start out by giving you a little background on myself and why I started a YouTube channel. There's many reasons why people start YouTube channels. It could be for fame and notoriety, to make money, to help people, or maybe just as a hobby. But I started my YouTube channel to prove a point. You see, I have two teenagers, and they're typical teenagers. Now, I wanted to challenge them to come up with a business idea, instead of playing video games, watching Netflix, or chatting with their friends all day. So we came up with the idea for them to create YouTube channels. My son could create a channel on video gaming, and my daughter could create a channel on hairstyling. They seemed to like the idea. My son downloaded a screen recording program and he planned on creating some videos, and I helped my daughter set up a tripod and a camera so that she could record a video. And that's about as far as they got. No videos ever got posted. And that's when I came up with the idea to start my own channel. I wanted to prove a point that you can make something successful if you put in the effort. Now, I decided not to tell anyone, not even my wife, until I felt like it was successful. At the time, I thought if I could get 300 subscribers, then I'll tell them. Now, choosing a topic for the channel is a very important decision. You want to pick something that's not too broad, but also not too narrow. You want to appeal to a specific targeted audience. The topic of my channel was pretty easy to choose. I've been coding since I was 12 years old, and it's something that I'm passionate about. So a web development channel made sense. Up until this point, I had been watching other channels like Brad Traversy, Academine, and the Net Ninja for many years. So my very first video was a short tutorial on VS Code. We'll talk more about my channel and the videos in a little bit. For now, let's talk about motivation and expectations for starting a channel. Now, when starting a YouTube channel or any other social media account, you need to understand what your motivation is and what you expect to get out of it. For me, I wanted to prove something to my kids. Are you trying to be famous? Do you want to make money? Do you want to help others in some way? Whatever your answer is, you need to understand that you're not going to see results overnight. It could take months or even years to see results. And this is where expectations come into play. If you can manage your expectations, then you'll be able to withstand the ups and downs that are going to come. When choosing a topic for your channel, make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. If not, you'll just be setting yourself up for failure. It would only be a matter of time before you get bored and give up. So the first thing that I did was I picked a channel name. And honestly, I can't remember how I came up with the name Code Stacker. I just went to Namecheap and started typing things in like full stack, code, programming, all of that. And I came up with Code Stack, and that was taken. So I just added an R to the end. So the next step was to record the video. And I decided that I wasn't going to spend a dime on this channel unless I started making money. If I did, then I would reinvest that money into the channel. Since I would only be sharing my screen, I didn't need a camera, and so I just needed a screen recording software. I used OBS, and I still use that today. If you'll need a camera for your channel, then start out with the webcam in your computer or on your phone. Most phones have great cameras. In my opinion, the best area to spend money on at first is audio. Audio is by far the most important asset to a video. Generally, if I start watching a video and the audio quality is terrible, I'm going to move on to the next video. For my first several videos, I just used a headset mic like one that you would use for gaming, or you could even use earbuds from your phone. Now that I got everything recorded, I then needed to edit the video. So if you're using a Mac, iMovie is a great option. I use a Windows PC, so I downloaded DaVinci Resolve, and that is an amazing software. I still use it today, and it's free. It's also available on Mac and Linux. After I got the video edited, now it was time to upload. And this is where a lot of people get hung up. Everyone wants their first video to be perfect, but try not to obsess over this. No matter how much time you spend on it, it's never going to be perfect. Just upload it. That's exactly what I did, and it was definitely not perfect. There was a terrible misspelling that I didn't catch, and I still get comments to this day on that video about the misspelling. I promise, I know how to spell. Now, before I actually posted the video, I did do some research. I wanted to find some places where I could promote the video. Now, I had 0 following on any other social platform. So I started looking on Reddit and I found a subreddit where I could post a link to this video. Now, I know that self-promotion on Reddit is frowned upon, so be very careful with this. Now, I found a subreddit that allowed this kind of posting. So before you post anything on Reddit, be sure to read the rules of the individual subreddits. Now, I also researched SEO for the video. I made sure that the title, the description, and the tags were all optimal for the video. And that in itself is an entire discussion. But now it was time to actually post it, and so I clicked the button. And then I hit refresh frantically for minutes to see if there were any views. But no, there weren't any views. So then I posted the link on that subreddit, and it actually worked. I started getting some views. Now, the day after I posted the video, my family and I left for vacation. So I took every chance that I could get to inconspicuously look at my YouTube analytics while we were gone. And now it's hard not to get caught up on the numbers, but try not to, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. So here's the first week's analytics for my first video. On the first day, I got 111 views and 8 subscribers. The next day was 231 views and 14 subscribers, and then the views dropped down to 23 and 2 subscribers. Now these mostly came from that Reddit post. That post on Reddit got 88 upvotes, which is pretty good for Reddit. You'll find that this is a typical graph for most videos. You're going to have an initial spike of views, and then they're going to level off. At some point, you hope that the YouTube algorithm is going to pick it up, and we'll talk more about that in a minute as well. So how did I go from getting just a few views per day to thousands per day? Let's talk about that next. The number one thing that you can do to grow your YouTube channel, which I'm sure you've heard before, is to post consistently. Come up with a plan that works for you, whether that's once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it is, stick to it. You're not going to grow if you're not consistent. For me, I still have a full-time day job. So when we got back from vacation, I decided that I could find the time to post once a week. So I stuck to that. I posted at least once a week consistently, and every post bumped up my average views. Here's my June 2019 subscribers gained, and you can see from this graph that I posted 3 videos in June. You can see the gap there where I was on vacation. Each post gave me a bump in views and subscribers, not only for the video being released, but also for the previous videos. And you'll find that some videos get more views than others. You're going to have videos that do great and others that flop. Use these insights to hone in on what your viewers want to see. If a video does well, make another video on the same or similar topic. So consistency is what got me to my 300 subscriber goal in about 10 videos and 2 months. So now it was time to reveal my secret. So I sat my family down to tell them the good news. So just imagine, I was 39 at the time, sitting my wife and 2 teenagers down to tell them that I created a YouTube channel and I have 300 subscribers. So after they were done laughing, I let them know that I was going to continue the channel and just see where it goes. So understanding that consistency is a marathon and not a sprint is very important. During January of 2020, I decided that I was going to post a short video every day. I wanted to create short videos that explain small parts of JavaScript, and I called that JavaScript January. Well, these were about 90-second videos. You might think that short videos would be easier to make, and in theory, that should be true. But I tend to overdo things. So I made sure that every video was packed full of info. They had animations and were very engaging, and on average, each of them took me about 3 hours to make. That was a bad decision. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm proud of the videos that I created, and I got a lot of compliments and thankful viewers who loved them and want to see more of them. But it was hard for me to keep up with that schedule, creating a video every single day. Now, I did manage to get a video out every day, but I don't think that I'll ever do that again. So, what did I learn from this? Well, even though I posted a video every single day, I didn't see a significant increase in viewers or subscribers. In fact, I lost a few subscribers because they didn't like me flooding their homepage with a new video every single day. So, when you first start your channel, you're going to be very excited and you're going to want to work all the time, but be careful and pace yourself. Don't sign yourself up for more than you can handle or more than your viewers can handle. Now, the next thing that helped me was community. To engage with my viewers, I replied to every single comment on every video. Your viewers want to know that they're being heard. This is one of the keys to my success. By engaging with my viewers, I've been able to adjust my content strategy to include topics that they are interested in seeing. You may think that you know what your audience wants, but you really don't until you ask them. Market and community research is critical to growing your brand. Try to get to know some of the bigger players in the industry. Now, if you're just starting out, you wouldn't want to go bug one of the larger channels and ask for things, but you want to engage with the community and add value. One of my first real engagements was with Free Code Camp. I was able to create a 2-hour long SaaS tutorial that they could post on their YouTube channel. Now, at the time, their channel had over 1 million subscribers. You can see in this graph my subscriber bump from the Free Code Camp video. By this time, I had around 500 subscribers, and then I got over 300 in one day. I was shocked and amazed. Now, of course, it leveled back off eventually, but notice that with every bump, the average increases. Each one takes you to the next level. Now, another thing that has helped me is getting to know others in my community. Now, you would think that other YouTubers that post things on the same topic as you would be competition, but that's actually not true at all. I was able to collaborate and share insights with others in my community that post on the exact same topics. Even though we may post about the same things, we all have different approaches and different ways of teaching. So it's not a big deal as long as we're not copying each other. The bottom line is you need to network and get to know others in the same niche as you. Now let's talk about that elusive algorithm. The YouTube algorithm is an enigma. Don't try to understand it. Just know that when it finds you, you'll know it. Take a look at this graph. This is from Social Blade, and it's my weekly views and subscribers gained over the past year. Now notice in the graph the large spike around December of 2019. This is when that mighty algorithm decided to push one of my videos to tens of thousands of viewers. I was averaging around 1,000 views a day at that time, and then all of a sudden I was getting 12,000 views a day. That then took me to the next level. And I didn't do anything different. I was consistently posting one video per week. You can see in this next graph the trajectory change around December of 2019. And since then, the algorithm has picked up several of my videos, and by staying consistent, listening to my audience, and interacting with my community, I was able to gain 70,000 subscribers and almost 2 million views in a year. That's crazy. Now, don't get stuck on the numbers. I know I'm showing you a lot of numbers, but initially I set a goal of 300 subscribers. For me, at that time, I felt like that was the number that meant I was successful and that my strategies were working. But that was another mistake. Try your hardest not to focus on the numbers. Your number of subscribers or followers does not define your success. The quality and value of your content is what defines your success. If you have quality and valuable content, they're going to come. Also, don't compare yourself with others. Everyone's journey is different. Focus on your circumstances, remain consistent, and produce quality content. Now, looking back on some of these graphs, you'll see these peaks and valleys. This is totally normal, so don't get scared when your views start to drop. This is the natural cycle of YouTube. They will pick back up again as long as you stay consistent. Now let's talk about money. On YouTube, you're required to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to be monetized. That's 240,000 minutes. So I hit 1,000 subscribers after 3 months in September of 2019, but I didn't get my 4,000 watch hours until November of 2019. So that's about 5 months after I started my channel. In this graph, you can see my monthly ad revenue from when I was monetized. So in November, I made almost $200. And I couldn't believe that I was actually making money uploading videos to YouTube. In December, I made $545. Then in January, which was right after the algorithm picked up one of my videos, I made $830. After that, the revenue drops off a bit, but recently it's begun to increase again. So after 8 months of monetization, I made just over $5,000. Now that's not enough for me to quit my day job, but I'm still amazed at how quickly I was able to grow a side income. In this graph, you'll see the weekly ad revenue breakdown, and the other two stats there are part of what the revenue is based on. Now, CPM is cost per mil, which is basically the price that advertisers pay per 1,000 views of a video. Now, my average CPM here is $10.20. So advertisers pay $10.20 for every 1,000 monetized views of my videos. RPM is revenue per mil. So that's basically what you earn per every 1,000 views of your videos. Well, since YouTube facilitates these views, they take a cut of the money, which I'm totally okay with. They own the platform, they maintain it, they send viewers to my channel, they do most of the heavy lifting. Plus, they provide great tools for content creators, and they're consistently upgrading these and making them better. So $3.03 is what I made per 1,000 monetized views of my videos. Now, not all views count. Notice that I said monetized views. That means that the ad was seen. If the viewer is using an ad blocker or they skip the ad, then that does not count as a monetized view. Now, besides the ad revenue, I also made around $8,000 from sponsors in the past year. Now, that's not something that comes right away. You have to build your brand and become known in the community. To this point, I haven't reached out to any sponsors. They've all come to me first. So again, it's a marathon. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Stay laser focused and things will come. Now, in any business, you want to diversify your income. YouTube ad revenue should never be your main source of income. What if YouTube accidentally deletes your channel, or for some reason they stop monetization? You have to diversify. Now, besides ad revenue and sponsorships, my goal was also to create my own digital products. This is another example of a mistake that I made. Now, the mistake was not the fact that I want to create digital products. It's my delay in making them. And actually, to this day, I still haven't released my own product yet. Now, my goal for 2020 was to release 3 premium courses throughout the year. The year's halfway through, and I still haven't released one. So I got caught up in other side projects, and I didn't focus on my own products. Now, these other side projects did bring me subscribers and made me some money, but that shouldn't have been my main focus. Your main revenue stream should be your personal products. That is what you own. Everything else could disappear one day, so stay focused. And that's the biggest tip that I could give you, is to stay focused. It's so easy to get distracted by all of the different things that you could do to increase your reach. Focus on making quality videos. Try to stay organized. Create a list of content that you want to create, and when you think of something new, add to that list. But focus on one topic at a time. Create the content for that video, and then move on to the next one. Now, earlier I mentioned that when I started my channel, I didn't have any other followings on any other social platforms. Now, if you do have a following on some other platform, you should use that to grow your YouTube channel. But if you don't have a following anywhere else, I would recommend that you focus on one platform at a time. Don't try to grow multiple social platforms at the same time. Once I got my YouTube routine down, which took me about 6 months, then I started other social platforms such as Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all of the major ones. I've slowly grown on these as well, but after several months on these platforms, I've really seen very minimal impact to my YouTube channel. All of these platforms have great uses. I especially like Twitter for networking. But again, the impact that these have on your YouTube channel is not that dramatic. Now, of course, it depends on your niche. You may find that your audience is more receptive on specific platforms. So use these for brand building once your channel gets a little bit of traction. Now, in conclusion, I just want to say that anyone can do anything. If you have the proper motivation and you have realistic expectations and you don't overwork yourself, you can be successful. I hope this video helped you out. Like this video to help me out and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this.